Welcome to our third segment of what's going on here, and that's tonight, here, Sunday night, and you just saw we're at the Clinton County Youth Bureau and stopped at DWI. That's what DWI, I mean, driving while intoxicated.
That's correct.
And we're here with this lovely lady right here. It's Lisa Johnson.
That's correct.
And Lisa, I either said Johnson. You can call me Lisa or you can call me Johnson. You got the whole thing. What is your position here? And tell us about your title. And
well, I'm the executive director of both the Clinton County Youth Bureau and the Staff DWI program. About 3 months ago, the county consolidated the Youth Bureau with the Staff DWI program, so I'm the director of both programs.
Is this a big, the two of these? How many people are involved in the county?
Well, we have 9 staff with both programs, so we're a relatively large group.
Okay, we're on the third floor of one of the old county buildings, up where the
old courthouse.
The old courthouse. Right. We're on the third floor, and it's very nice up here. It's nice and cool. And I'd like to know a little bit about who Lisa Johnson is. Where did Lisa Johnson come from? Give me a little bit about your background.
Well, I'm originally from Glens Falls, and I am a graduate of Plattsburgh State University with a degree in psychology. And after I graduated, I worked at the Clinton County ARC for 6 years, first doing direct care, and then for 2.5 years as their family services director. And I've been with the Youth Bureau now for about 1.5 years, and I'm enjoying every minute of it.
Great. I know a couple of your employees pretty well, and being a psychologist, I think is great with some of those people I know here.
Yeah.
You should be a psychologist, right?
just a bachelor's degree.
I'm talking about a relative here. That's working here, all right?
Angela, right?
Angela, yes, Angela.
My dear Angela.
Okay, so what are we, we're going to talk about, they were two separate.
They still are 2 separate, but they're consolidated together under my direction.
Okay, can you kind of just give me an overview of what the Clinton County Youth Bureau does?
We're involved with a lot of the county-wide recreation programs, and you'll be meeting Kathy Drolette a little bit later, our full-time recreation director, which we were pleased to have. She started about the middle of April, and we're really glad to have her on board. It was a new position. So we're really involved with a lot of the recreation programs. We're right now going to be starting our baseball softball season in a few more weeks, and then on to our swim program and soccer programs. But along with that, we're the county agency that's responsible for the state money that's available to agencies and municipalities for both service and recreation to youth in Clinton County. So we get X number of dollars per youth in Clinton County from the state, and then we distribute that money to contract agencies such as Big Brothers Big Sisters, the ARC Summer Rec Program, camperships for the Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts. And after we've distributed that money to them from the New York State Division for Youth, we are then responsible to monitor them to make sure that they're doing what they said they were going to be doing.
Okay, what about this, everybody's cutting back in the state of New York. Have your budget been cut very much?
Well, that's what my efforts in the past 3 months have been to try to lobby against our proposed cuts by the governor, and he had proposed a 58% cut in our funding.
That's all?
That's all. Well, 58% is a lot.
It sure is.
Right, and then the state legislature restored some of that money, and then Monday afternoon I found out that he vetoed that restoration. So we're right back to a 58% cut, cut that will be very devastating to our contract agencies, and it may have an impact right here in the office.
So I was going to say, you got, you say 9 employees, they got to be walking on pins and needles here.
There, I think a few are a little concerned,
I'm sure.
We're just waiting for the county to make some decisions about the total impact of the state budget on the county.
Does the county give much money also to this program?
Right, it's 50-50. It's
okay.
State, and 50% state and then 50% county.
All right, now the staff, DWI, what do you have to do with that? That is separate agent? I mean, you have 2 people working on that of your 9?
We have 7 in the Youth Bureau office, including myself, and then we have 6 in the Youth Bureau office, and then 2 with the Staff DWI program, which is Jennifer Rohde, our program specialist, and then Sue Canine, which is our senior steno.
Okay, so I could talk with them and get more details
Sure.
on that.
Yes,
We're talking
you
with
can.
them then. All right. Is there anything else that I haven't covered on the overall umbrella we're talking about that I should know about before we start at the individual areas?
Just that I can say that I guess the County Youth Bureau is somewhat responsible for the 30,285 youth that are in Clinton County
Say
in some way.
Say that number again?
30,285 kids in Clinton County.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Up to what age?
21.
Up to 21?
Right.
All right. Now, I heard that you were just going to enjoy being on TV like everything today here.
I'm enjoying
you
it.
You enjoying it so far? All right.
You're easy to talk to.
Well, thank you very much. She said, well, my wife, you're out there, remember that. She said, I'm easy to talk to. I don't always respond. I don't respond, but I will. All right. Bob Ben with What's Going On here. We're at the Clinton County Youth Bureau and Stop DWI, and we're talking with Lisa Johnson. And we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back. And thanks for watching Hometown Cable every night, particularly on Sunday night at 5 o'clock, 8 o'clock generally, but this summer, 9 o'clock, 1 a.m. and 9 tomorrow morning.
Thank you.
Thanks. We have someone else on the hot seat now. Who we got on the hot seat right now? Your name?
Kathy Drolet.
Okay, Kathy, there's a lot of Drolettes around here. I worked with Mike Drolet. You know who Mike Drolet is or anything?
No.
You from the area?
Yes.
All right, tell us about your background, first of all.
Okay, I graduated from Dannemora High School, then went on to Harvard on the Hill, Clinton Community College.
Harvard on the Hill.
It took me 3 years to get out of there, and I received my associates in community services. And then after that, I went on to Cortland State, and that's where I graduated from.
I came through Cortland just the other day. We were coming back from North Carolina. I went through Cortland. I went off on Route 11. Cortland's a nice little community. A lot of one-way streets, as I recall. I got on the wrong one or something,
Yeah, the
but
main
it's
drag.
a nice little community. And you were there 2 years?
No, I was there for 3.
3 years at
I was-
Cortland?
Yes. I was supposed to have been there for 2.
Yeah. Well, it's a nice little community. I
Yeah,
like
it is.
Cortland. I've never been there before. All right, so your part in this youth bureau is what? You're
It's not up on the board, but
all right, well, I had to refresh my where I am. I thought I was still out doing a show on our new mall up north. All right.
I'm in charge of the recreation program, and right now we are organizing the baseball, softball season to start this Saturday, June 15th, and that's been rather hectic, but everything seems to be falling in place, especially today. And after that, we'll be swimming and then soccer, and then on to the winter activities.
Okay, now you don't really get out there and teach them yourself how to
No,
play
I
baseball.
don't.
Now, in Champlain, we have a little league or whatever. That's what you're talking about?
Yes.
Right? And you just make sure that they coordinate with the overall county?
Right,
Is that what happens?
each municipality, I make sure that they coordinate everything there, and then they send the numbers and the teams into me, and then I set up who's playing who according to the geographical area, and then I set up the umpires for the pony level, and just make sure everything's running smoothly and go with our county rules, and we have committees that discuss those rules and set them up.
Right, now you have people that work with you that go out and do that, like Steve Biddard. Is Steve Biddard still doing this?
Steve isn't doing that.
Not doing anymore?
No.
He's on the board now? And what about the Butler, Gary Butler? Is Gary Butler involved? No, I thought there was somebody else that I used to see out running around to the different towns.
No, we have rec assistants that do go out and they monitor these games and make sure things are running smoothly.
Right. What about Foxy Gagnon? Is he involved?
Yes,
He's involved.
still
All right,
there.
what's he do?
He's a rec assistant who goes out to his geographical area, which I believe is out in Beekman Town in there, and he makes sure things are running smoothly in those areas.
Yeah. Well, he likes baseball.
Yeah,
right
he
into
does.
that.
He's been around for quite a while.
All right. And have you ever done this before you came to this job? I mean,
Before I came to this job, I was at Essex County ARC as a rec coordinator, and that was only dealing with 70 developmentally disabled adults. And now I'm dealing with the youth, probably about 4,000 kids in the baseball softball program. And then prior to that, I used to be a little grasshopper, and then I was a peewee, and then I was a pony, and then I was a Babe Ruth, and then I was a coach, and then I was an umpire. So that's my experience in that.
You know, we want to tell you, as you see her glancing over to the right, got a couple of her fellow employees over here, and they're convincing, like, show them over there, Calvin. Look at this. Look at there they are, right there. They're the ones convincing her, see? So if she's having a great time, and this is hometown cable, this is just the way it is. Thank you much. All right. Is there anything coming up that
Oh, yes.
that you can
We
tell us?
have,
Anything new or anything like that?
Yes, we have the Expo mascot, Yuppie.
Yeah, he's coming down. You
Yes,
mean? Yeah.
coming to the Champlain Center North from 9 o'clock a.m. to 1 in the afternoon, and at June 22nd, Saturday, June 22nd.
Let's emphasize that. June 22nd at the
Champlain Center North.
North. Yuppie. he'll be sliding in, right there in the middle
Sliding
of the...
into Burger King for breakfast.
Is that
for
right?
$1.
Is
Yeah.
that right? There you go, people. Get your dad on Saturday morning. Get him out of bed and take you out to Burger King out there.
Right.
And you can see Youppi, and he'll tell you all about the expos. And
Tom Mesner.
Tom Mesner's going to be
Mr.
there.
Peacock.
He's going to affect the weather. He's going to promise you good weather inside of the mall.
I hope so. And there'll also be great door prizes there too, including a baseball weekend for 2 in Montreal.
There you go. Don't forget, June 22nd. You can see Lisa too. She'll be there, right? You promised to be there.
And Expo tickets will be on sale for Clinton County Day, which will be Sunday, July 14th at the Olympic Stadium.
And they'll have a name up there. They'll say welcome, right up on the wall up there, their big scoreboard.
Tickets available at the Youth Bureau, $8.25, and they'll be playing against the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Of course, they can't call in for the tickets because you got to bring some money, right? Tell them where to come for those tickets. Right here on the old courthouse on Margaret Street, across from the park.
Third floor.
Third floor. All right. What else is happening? Anything else you can think of that?
We have teen dances being sponsored by Ben Everest from B100 Radio.
We met him when we were doing showing the Big Brothers, Big Sisters out at the Plattsburgh Lanes, and he was very interesting, and he worked very hard for the youth. I understand, correct?
Yeah.
Well-known in personality around the city of Plattsburgh.
I guess he's got a very nice light show and video show, and we've had, I think, 3 areas thus far.
How many people would you say out of your 30,000 some odd that you've got really? Can you give me an estimate of those 30,000? How many are active in some of your programs?
Right now in the baseball, softball, as far as players are concerned, I would probably guess maybe 4,000. And we have 150 umpires between the ages of 14 and 21.
Do they all get paid, the umpires? All
Yes,
get paid?
they do.
Good experience for them too, and they get some responsibility. Okay. You enjoying talking here to me on TV,
Yes,
huh?
I do.
You
Yes,
said
I
you
do.
weren't. You said you weren't. See, you said you were going to be all
There's
nervous.
another one that you can tell your wife.
Well, there you go. Hey, we better edit this part out, I think, right here. Well, a lot of goes on here. All right.
Oh, and today's my birthday, too.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday,
dear Kathy.
Happy birthday to you. It's the first. See, you didn't know. See, are you sorry you told me now?
No.
Happy birthday. Well, listen, anybody born in June, there's got to be nice people. I was born in June, and so was Foxy, by the way. I think
Really?
Foxy was born also in June. His dad and I were first cousins, so it's okay to talk about Foxy. And he does a lot of work for Hometown Cable, too, with his camera, you know. We're enjoying this here, and there's about 7 or 8 more to come like this, and we hope they're all as enjoyable to talk with as... That came from behind the camera.
I just turned 21.
Just turned 21. No longer eligible for the youth program in the Clinton
Right,
County
I
Youth Bureau.
graduated from Babe Ruth Ball.
Thank you very much. Stay tuned, please. We got other people to meet here at the Youth Bureau in Plattsburgh. Well, we've moved to a new location. Lisa brought us in here and said that you were a assistant director. Give us your title and your name.
Well, my name's Jean Williams, and I'm Assistant Director of the Clinton County Youth Bureau.
Okay, that also includes Stop DWI?
No, it's not.
They do break it down then.
break it down at that extent, yes.
All right. And how long have you been here?
4.5 years.
Okay, and Jean, tell us, you're from Plattsburgh originally?
I'm from Connecticut originally, and I live up in the northern tier in Moores.
Okay. Great place to live. I lived in Moores before.
Marvelous place.
Nice,
Right
isn't
down
it?
by the Great Chazy River. There isn't a better place to live.
What road are you on?
Fee Road.
The Fee Road. We were up on the Fee Road, weren't we? We were doing the maple syrup show up there.
Oh, down at Leonard Drowns.
Yes, we were there. All right. So what is your responsibility here?
Oh, I do a lot of little things. I review all the applications that come in for funding, and I then responsible for going out and monitoring programs.
Okay, now what do you mean applications for funding? What kind of applications?
Okay, the county is entitled to certain monies from the New York State Division for Youth, and agencies that wish to apply for those monies have to go through an application process. They have to break down into a budget. They have to have, do a narrative about what they're going to do. We have to review all that, present it to our youth board, and then to the county legislature.
And let's take an example. would there be anything that the village of Champlain would ask of you for money
Well, they already get money from us.
without asking?
Well, they go through the application process, but
Okay.
they're entitled to it.
All right. So they still give you an application each year
Mm-hmm.
based on how many children they're going to have in their program?
Yes.
And they have to have that in here by what time of the year?
We ask the municipalities to have it in by October 1st
Last October for this summer?
for this summer. Well, it goes from January to December.
Takes some planning, right?
Oh, yeah.
It takes some
Oh, you
planning.
have to do a lot of advanced thinking. I can't manage my budget that well.
Do you remember who you did deal with in Moores and in Champlain?
Let's see, in Champlain, well, of course, in the town is Steve Southwick. Gary Castine's the youth commissioner in the village. John Dragoon, Frank Dumas handle the Moores end of it.
Alright.
And of course, we have our board member, Andy Morelli, who serves
Andy,
for that
yeah.
end of the county.
He was the baseball guards, huh? Oh, Andy, yes.
Yeah,
Andy's been in
yeah.
baseball for years. Doesn't play anymore because he's lost his abilities. He's not. He's great at talking. He's talking a good game, Andy.
Hey, no, wait a minute. He's supposed to. I hear he's a darn good basketball coach.
Listen, he was a great athlete.
Really?
Great athlete. Oh
Well,
yeah,
now
we
that's
played.
something he hasn't told us about.
Yeah. Oh, he was a great athlete. Yes.
We're gonna have to get him.
And I think
pin
his
him
son
down
is now into the program too.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think he's into the
Yeah.
program. All right. And that's a couple. What else? Then would you be responsible for?
Then all things that Lisa feels that we need to do.
Okay.
Right now, we're getting involved in as part of the New York State Mentoring Program, which aims to, some point in time, it's Matilda Cuomo's big thing, that every sixth grade child in New York State would have a mentor who would visit with them an hour or so a week and be a role model.
Mm-hmm.
There are two schools in the counties, each with one classroom, that will probably do this next year, and we're just at the point we're starting to plan that. We are talking to the business and professional women next week about possibility of being mentors, and we will be going to some of the other service organizations also.
As I'm looking over your shoulder, I see child sexual abuse, understanding the system. Would you be involved in something like that?
We are a member of the county Child Abuse Prevention Council.
You are?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. This is something, I get monthly reports from our agencies, and they have a checklist, things that they, concerns that they see or problems that they see in their clients. And, we will get incest checked off.
I've learned an awful lot already this morning talking with you and the other two people, and I'm sure if I'm learning, the people out there
Well, I
who
sure
are
hope
also
so.
learning, and then they'll have all the more respect and also know what the Youth Bureau does. When I think of the Youth Bureau, I'm not sure what I was thinking at all. I said list of things you know about the Youth Bureau, and it was practically nothing,
Well, I
except
think
Angela Coopy, and she's not a Coopy anymore now, right? Now she's Waterhouse, or even that, all right. Anything else that I haven't thought to ask you that you want to tell me about?
Well, something's exciting up there in the Northern Tier. Well, it's going to happen in 5 municipalities in the county, but there are 5 municipalities going to be participating this summer in the USDA Summer Food Program, and that's going to be up in Champlain also this summer. It's going to be in Peru and Saranac, town of Plattsburgh, and back in Schuyler Falls for the second year.
Food program.
They're going to serve lunch, free lunches, to any kid that wants to come.
Can Calvin go?
Too old.
Too old, huh? Well, he's got...
He's not under 18.
You can bring his
That's
kids,
good,
yeah, you
right,
bring his kids
right.
there, right, yeah.
And that's based on, because they will not, none of the sites will be what is called an enrolled site, as long as the area is income eligible. And Clinton County in the 1980 census was 57 out of 62 counties in the state, and poverty.
Yes.
And so the whole county it fits the income guidelines.
We just sang happy birthday, 21st birthday to Kathy Drolette, so now she won't be able to go for that free meal either.
No,
because
and
she
I
said-
can't either.
And you can't make it either. Well, who's this lady right here? I'm looking at the picture here with this.
Oh, that's my baby.
All right, let's just see this here, look. And there's a little sign there that says, there is barely any money in the budget for childcare. Look at this. If you want to get people feeling very at ease, just talk about their children, all right? But this
Yeah.
lady's not ill at ease at all. Well, she's doing very, very well, and it's been a pleasure talking with you. Is there anything else I should know about?
Oh, I can't think of anything else.
All right, let's talk about the chain of command here. If Kathy has a problem, wants to talk to the does she come to you rather than go to Lisa, or
Depends which
can
one
she
of
go
us
either one she wants to
happens
go?
to be free.
Oh, could be either one.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
She'll go to Lisa, but if Lisa isn't in or if Lisa's busy, she'll ask me, and you know, this is a matter of share.
Okay.
We're-
So do your people go out of the office a lot? I mean, the people who are, you got 8 or 9 people, are they out of the office a lot, or are they mostly up here?
Well, depends. The staff people are generally here, Lisa and the clerical people, but certainly Lisa and Jen and Kathy and I seems
Okay.
like we're out running the
You're
roads
out
all the
running
time.
roads a lot, yeah.
Yeah,
And if you use your car, you get there a lot quicker.
we hope.
Gene Williams, Bob Benwood, what's going on here? Thanks very much for talking with me and putting up with me.
That's okay. Nice
You didn't say anything nice about me for my wife either. That's okay. That's all right. 2 out of 3 did. Thanks. We moved over to another desk, and it says right here, Mary Lampkins, SR, accounting clerk. I'm not supposed to use that word right there. Mary, you've been here
14 years.
14 years. She is the stabilizer of this whole department up here, because if they want to know something, they come to you, correct?
Usually.
No one has that much time up here, other than
No,
you?
no.
Right. And you've got all kinds of certificates.
Well,
Here you got one of these from a different appreciation. Here's some training, some more training. And Angela and Mary. Does Angela work with you?
Angela used to work right here with me until we coordinated the effort with the Stop DWI program, and now she's kind of moved over there, and our work has been redistributed a little bit.
Okay, so what is your title? Senior
Senior account clerk.
SR account clerk. And so what do you do then? You give the money out to these people? You pay that girl's salary right over there?
Well, not exactly. That's something that Angela's still doing. What I'm doing is I'm helping to work on the payrolls for the summer programs. I work with the contract agencies and the municipalities to help to turn over their money. If the money is goes through the county, then I audit the vouchers that they submit for payment and see that those get paid. And the SDPP, which is Special Delinquency Prevention Funds, I send the claims into the state to get the money back on.
Great. It's nice and comfortable up here to work. Nice place
Oh,
to
yeah,
work. Have you
yeah.
always worked up here, or was it in a different location?
No, when I started, it was in the building next door, and then we moved over here.
Mm-hmm. You like the elevator? I've come in
Well-
3 times about the elevator.
It's okay. I'll live with it.
I was surprised we got the elevator is about 3 feet by 4 feet, I think it is. And I'm being stretching out there. Well, look, Mary, thank you very much for talking with us. We want to try and talk to everybody up here at the Clinton County Youth Bureau. That's what it says right there. See? Clinton County Youth Bureau, 137 Margaret Street. If you need something, Lisa Johnson's executive director. Her name's right on the stationery. See that? We talked to a very important person, the first one this morning, executive director. And this is Mary Lampkin. She's also very important, the SR account clerk. Thanks for talking to us, Mary.
Thank you.
Right, bye-bye. All right, we're sitting at a desk again with this lady is
Hope Smart.
Hope Smart. And again, these kibitzers back. We have 6 people listening to us right over here now, right? I don't bother you, does it? No. You can just tell me. How long have you been with the Youth Bureau?
Almost 5 years.
5 years. And your job is to stop us from coming in or letting us go to the right person here?
I'm a typist and the receptionist.
Mm-hmm. And from Plattsburgh originally?
No, from Ellenburg.
God, we got the northern tier up here, huh? We got Jean and got you and all these other people. Angela. Well, she started here in Plattsburgh.
Right.
Okay, so tell me what your normal day is. You come in at
8:30.
8:30, and this is and you have to come in this office when you come upstairs. Okay, what if I go the other way? I won't see you. Is there another receptionist on the other side?
Yes, there is.
Oh, there's 2 of you. I'm glad we came in here instead of the other side.
Sue's on the other side. You'll see her.
Okay, we'll see her later.
Okay.
All right, well, I really don't know what I can add. Yeah, so what is this from?
That's Kathy. She let me have it today.
Oh, look at this. Nice little flower, yeah.
Beautiful.
She's passing it on, yeah. She's happy birthday she got on this. All right. Do you have anything to do with the Stop DWI?
No, I don't.
Okay, see, I'm a little confused up here. You're all in the same area, but it's 2 separate things. And we're
Right, right.
All right. And Hope, that's a unusual name. I don't know too many Hopes. You like your name, Hope?
Yes, I like Hope.
You like Hope, huh?
Uh-huh.
Named after your grandmother or one of the...
No.
I don't want to embarrass you here. It's an uncommon name, and these people are just waiting for me to ask you something. Calvin, get these people over here. They're terrible. All right.
No.
All right.
No, Hope is nice. I like
You
it.
know, okay. Thank you very much for talking with us, Hope.
You're welcome.
And we'll be back maybe if I think of something else I'd ask you, and we'll get rid of these people. I may come back.
Okay, that'll make me feel better.
Thank you. I've been jumping from chair to chair, seeing all these nice people, and you pronounce your name?
Canine, Sue Canine.
Sue Canine. I have a daughter named Sue. That's a nice name.
It is.
By the way, when the lady who liked your name out there, when I called her, did she like Hope? The answer was yes. And because her real name is Hortense, they tell me. Well, I don't want to play with that very long. But anyway, Hortense is a very unusual name up here. Now, this lady has herself all arranged so she will know what's on her desk. Now, this right here is the phone index. It says so right there, so she'll know what that's for. Right there. See? Sue, I hope you don't mind my picking on you.
Not at
Right,
all.
what is your job and what do you do here?
I'm the secretary for the Stop DWI office.
All right. Are you also the receptionist? They said there was a...
Yes.
You're not even the first one next to the door. What if they
Well-
stop and talk to that nice lady over there? She'd say, go over and see Sue.
That's right.
All right.
That's right. She directs them over here.
Okay, so what else do you do except...
Well, I take minutes at meetings, any meetings that they need me at. I'm there.
what kind of
Answer
meetings
phone.
we talking about?
The Youth Board, the Stop DWI Advisory Board, Youth Coalition. There's a lot of them.
So the board is not any of you, only one or two of in here. The rest of them are from citizens from around the
Right.
area? Is that right? You know how big of a board it is?
With the Youth Board, there's around 20 people, 24.
24. Well, I won't ask you names because we'll forget some, but there's 24 different people from all over the county.
Right.
All right.
And Stop DWI has around 12.
All right. Now, this is a cassette tape, but it sure don't fit on my little machine at home.
No,
That's on drunk driving.
that's for WPTZ, so PSA.
Okay. All right, so tell us something more then about Sue Canine. Are you from this area originally?
No, not originally. I'm originally from the Catskill Mountain area.
Catskill, New York.
Well, Margaretville, New York.
You want to know something? Margaretville? I bought my car, my first convertible I bought in Margaretville.
Did you?
From a little tiny short guy. He was called Hensonville Motors. Wait. No.
I know
Margaretville, New York. I've been to Margaretville. I've been there. Great
Yeah.
area.
Yep.
I
Small
like your
town.
Catskill. I like your Catskill area. All right. And you've been, you move up here because of a marriage? You
Yes, my
came up
husband
here?
went to school up here at Plattsburgh State, and then we got married, and we stayed here.
Didn't go to Harvard on a hill.
No. No.
All right.
I've been here since 1969.
Oh, you like the area? You like it? No. What's he do? What's your husband do?
He works at the Association for Retired Citizens.
Okay, so you're all into the helping people in our county.
I guess we are. Human
Okay.
Services.
All right. Is there anything you want to say to me, good or bad, that I've been picking on you here?
No.
Did you know we were coming?
Yes, I found out yesterday afternoon.
Did your husband tell you anything not to say to me?
No, I didn't tell him.
Did Lisa say anything that you're not supposed to say to me? Did Lisa say you're not supposed to say anything? If it is, what did she tell you not to tell me?
I have to answer the phone.
Okay. Oh, she's got to answer the phone. She's the receptionist and the phone answer. If you look at this pretty picture here, the pink, or what do you call that, mauve? What do you call that? And mauve. I mean, look at all this nice here. You'll know that this person right here is going to be very dainty, is going to be very, very nice to me, and probably I could even get away with pecking her in the cheek like that. Because this is the former Angela Coopy, who's now Angela Waterhouse, and she's my niece. My wife's sister is, and since you were this big, right, my house? Remember the time I gave you the black eye? Oh my God, I nearly cried. All right, what do you do here, Angela?
Well, I've been working for the Youth Bureau for about 7.5 years. And in late March, the Youth Bureau and Stop DWI combined. So now I'm over on this side of the hall, and I take care of all the financial records for Stop DWI, and about half of the records for the Youth Bureau.
Mm-hmm. So you don't go out and give speeches about DWI or anything like that?
No.
You're the money angle.
I'm strictly, when the bills come in, they come to me.
I have the same problem at home.
I do too.
You have that problem at home, huh? And you live in Keysville, correct?
Yeah.
We got people from all over the county, from Ellenburg to Moores, and I live in Champlain, and you're from down in Keysville, and the people here, Sue came all the way from the Catskills to work up here, too. She loves it up here, right? And she had someone call her who was just getting to be interesting conversation when she got a phone call and just stopped talking with us. Listen, we don't mean to be up here. We're fooling around because they're awfully nice people up here. But this is a very, very serious situation. This whole Youth Bureau and the Stop DWI. And are you someone to tell me how serious the DWI is, or is there someone else going to tell me that and what you're doing and how successful you are in stopping DWI?
As far as statistics, Jennifer would probably be better at that.
Jennifer will be? All right.
I'm strictly the money
Okay.
end of it.
Would you be the one for me to give you my bill to for today?
Sure.
All right. And you'll file it with all the others you don't pay, huh? Okay, Angela, so anything else that you want to tell me for camera? Anything at all?
Well, no.
7.5 years, you said? How many?
Yes, I started as a volunteer for the Youth Bureau.
When you were going to school?
When I was in high school. And then I got a part-time job at the Youth Bureau during my college years.
Mm-hmm.
And then luckily there was a full-time job open when I graduated from college. So now I'm here.
Are you still taking volunteers?
Yes.
All right. Why don't you tell somebody out there how interesting you found it when you were in school, and ask somebody out there that might
It's a
want to
great
be-
opportunity. It gives you a lot of practical experience. Being a volunteer is a wonderful educational tool. It really is.
So you would advocate those people out there?
Yeah.
Boys and girls?
If you want to volunteer, call the Youth Bureau.
Okay. And what's the number? 56?
565-4750.
50. You can call it. Tell them what you do. Find out what you could do here, and I'm sure they'd be glad to have you, and it'd be awfully good experience, right? And you never can tell. It might work into a job that will last 7.5 years. She met her husband here. No, you didn't. All right.
High school.
In high school. Okay. Thank you very much, Angela Coopy Waterhouse.
Thank you.
Right. Bye-bye. Boy, I've been waiting for this interview. This lady's been out there really enjoying all my other talks with all these other people, and she's just saying maybe she figured we wouldn't be talking with her. And your name?
Jennifer Rohde,
And it says Program Director?
Program Specialist.
Program Specialist. Now that leaves it awfully open.
Yeah, we're
What
still
kind
trying
of-
to figure out what
Yeah,
it
what
means.
kind of program?
It's Stop DWI Program Specialist, and it's sort of like Assistant Director to Lisa in the Stop DWI part of the office.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully we'll start some more educational programs in the fall, and public education and awareness is our main goals.
And how long have you been with the Youth Bureau?
I worked as occupant restraint coordinator, which is the seatbelt program, out of this office for about 2.5 years, and I just took over in March for the consolidation.
We talked to somebody at the fair last year.
That was me.
Was it you that we talked with? And you had me go put something on my antenna when I left.
Yes.
Right, yes, I did it, Did you go check my car?
No, I didn't. I was going to, too.
Yes, oh yeah, we remember talking. I didn't have the names. We've met a lot of people, but yeah, we enjoyed that interview.
It
We
was
met.
Lisa Boris and I, and you knew Lisa.
Yeah, Lisa Boris was the other. Yes, I do. All right. So you've been with the youth, and I forgot if you told me how many years or how long directly? Counting everything?
It'll be 3 years in August.
You from the area originally?
No, from Elmira.
Elmira, New York.
Grew up
All
in
these
the-
college towns here.
Yeah.
Go to school in Elmira, State
No.
University of Elmira?
Came up to here to go to school,
School
in
in
'82 and never went back.
Never- well.
No, I go back to visit.
That's good. Tell us a little bit about this. And I understand there's different divisions. I've heard of SAD. I've heard of all these other initialed words and so forth. What is SAD, and how does that work?
Okay, SAD stands for Students Against Driving Drunk. Excuse me. And that's chapters within the schools, and it's high school kids that are against drinking and driving, and promote that throughout the school.
And you're coordinating that through this office?
Yeah, we
within the county?
We give them a donation to use towards their SAD activities, and we just have 2 at Northeastern Clinton and Northern Adirondack are starting SAD chapters in the fall, which we're very excited about. And so that's 8 out of the 9 schools.
And that's the 8 out of 9.
Mhm.
And that would be a national program too, SAD, right?
Yes. There's hopefully we're trying to do a countywide SAD program in the fall to have speakers up from national and to promote to the teachers.
Mm-hmm. Do you find, or do you know from what you're reading and so forth with your DWI, what a difference it makes with students in the school when there is a SAD program available?
I think it's been stronger in other areas. Hopefully, it's getting better every year, and we're getting more and more participation every year. Here, I think, I've been to many SAD presentations throughout the year and heard the kids' views, and it seems like it's making an impact.
Is that isn't the program where you make a pledge that you won't do certain things, and then your father makes one too, and all that? Is that what
It's
we're
called the
talking about?
Contract for Life.
Okay, tell me a little bit about it. Can you give me a little bit about that? What you're talking about?
Basically, it's signed by the student and their parents saying that if they're ever in a situation where they need to get into a car with someone that's been drinking, that they can call home for a ride, no ifs, ands, or buts.
And no matter what hour, and you
Yeah,
get
what
out, you would
hour.
be smiling as you get out of bed and say 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm glad to go pick up Angela.
It won't be too...
There's Angela.
Might
She's
not be
listening
too
to it.
fun in the morning, but...
No, but
at night
still,
they're gonna come get
it's
you.
a pledge you made, and you'd rather them do that than to be driving drunk,
Right.
right? If you have that situation. Are there any other divisions of?
We have a local RID chapter, which
What?
RID, which stands for Remove Intoxicated Drivers. It's a local family who lost someone in a DWI accident, and they're getting quite active. We're also working with them to do a victims impact panel, and our first one is scheduled for September. And what this is victims of DWI, whether they've been in an accident themselves or lost a loved one, go and talk to people that have been arrested for DWI. It's part of their probation, part of their sentence, and hopefully to reduce having another conviction.
Yeah, that's
It's
some of that
very
stuff.
powerful.
Yeah, and you know, people who do have these accidents, like this, people who lost somebody, and it's a way of commemorating that. I shouldn't say commemorating, but remembering that person,
Yeah,
and
it's
something good
therapeutic
out
for
of it,
them.
right? I think it'd be very good,
Mhm.
and to try to prevent it with somebody else. Well, what else can you tell me about your position and what you do up here, except run office to office and laugh when they're talking on TV?
And keep everyone else in line. Well, you were present for the Buffalo and Brandy presentation that we did.
I wasn't,
weren't?
no. Oh, I was going to say, what was it? A presentation of what?
We sponsored 2 groups this fall. Buffalo and Brandy was a musical couple, husband and wife team that came to the county and performed for elementary schools, doing all kinds of popular songs, and had a no alcohol and no drug message. The kids learned a lot, and they spoke to over 2,000 kids while they were here.
I saw 2 people sitting in the corner out there behind the gentleman out there, and I thought maybe that was Buffalo and Randy or whatever that is when I first saw their name. That's not them.
Those are 2 little puppets.
Those are not puppets. That's the people you're talking about. Do you do anything at all with the proms coming up and the graduations as to parties to keep these people off? What do you do? What
Yes,
happens?
Okay. The Stop DWI office promotes after prom parties, in which the schools go to places like the Court Club or the Bay Club, and so after the prom they're not on the road drinking and driving, that they're in a controlled atmosphere
Okay,
with supervision.
You're telling me the results, but what do you do to promote it? How do you promote it?
Money.
Oh, okay.
We have increased our donation. We gave each school $500 to use towards their after prom party
Each
this
school
year.
$500.
Yes, to use towards their after prom party.
Well, isn't that nice? And that's the money you get from the county and the state.
Stop DWI is different. We are totally based on fines. Okay, no state aid or no county aid. All income is based on DWI fines.
I had no idea that. I think that's very important. I think we ought to repeat that. $500 you give from this office to each school to help to promote after prom or after graduation, keeping the people off the road from drinking. Now, Calvin puts on the program, you know, and I forget his words, I've seen it too many times, but promote driving, not drinking, or something like that. Can you repeat it, Calvin? What is it? You're like me.
Keep your dreams alive.
Keep your dreams alive. All right.
I'm supposed to read that.
Okay. And that's on every night, or more, maybe several times during the evening when we're watching Hometown Cable. And MADD?
We just got this information from MAD. We're not sure if we're going to...
Must be drunk driving again.
Yep, Mothers Against Drunk Driving.
Mothers
This is a
Against.
national-
I've heard about them,
national
yes.
program. So we're just looking over the information now. It might be something that we get
You can
involved.
do. So you are doing much more than you're spending some money. You're spending some money out here.
Hopefully in the right direction, yes, we
Yeah.
are spending. We're doing a lot of advertising and for graduation, for 4th of July and different events, and really hoping that people will think twice before they get on the road.
Is there any way that you can judge the how effective you are? It's very difficult, I realize, but
Well, the ultimate goal is to be out there so much that you don't have any more fines going in and eliminating the program.
well, certainly when you hear that someone's going out, and I know, let's say, if I can give a name, the Comfort Inn, and going to spend graduation night or prom night there from 11 o'clock until the next morning having a party, you know they aren't doing what they used to be doing, going to a drill, homes where they were drinking, whatever, and be riding on the road. They're in there nice and safe until the next morning. So that's got to be very effective. Do you go to the schools and talk to them?
I plan to in the fall. Right now, since we just started in March, we've been wrapping up a lot of things that were already in progress, but
Okay.
I'm hoping to do something new in the fall.
Okay.
We also contract out to other agencies out of the Stop DWI office that help us, the county alcohol program, probation, the DA's office, Champlain Valley Family Center. We give these people money to fund positions and to help out the city police department, Rouse's Point Police. We just bought them the police car, and hopefully we'll increase the rest there.
This lady's been smiling since we came in the door the first time, and is having great fun with everybody else talking. She hasn't been smiling much while we were talking because she's serious, and she's serious about her job here with drunken driving, right? You're very serious, and I can see how dedicated you are to it. And Jennifer, and you pronounce it Rhodey?
Rhodey.
Rhodey. And I want to thank you very much for talking with us also.
Thank you very much.
It's been a pleasure here.
You
And
too.
I can't use your service. I don't drink much at all. I don't drink at all, as a matter of fact. But I'll make sure that I pass the word around and keep up the good work. Because when I'm on that road, I got to meet those people. I don't want them drinking. Right? And my kid and my family the same way, and Angela and Lisa. Yeah, I want those people to meet those drivers. Thanks much for watching Hometown Cable. We're at the Clinton County Youth Bureau. We're in the section called Stop DWI, and we've been talking with the program specialist, Lisa Rhodia.
Jennifer Rhodey.
Lisa's over there. That's Lisa Johnson. This is Jennifer Rhodia. Thank you.
Lisa Drillette. Lisa.
On TV. You're on TV with that.
I am. Well, hello, Bob. How are you today?
Hi, I'm fine. We're sitting at the same desk, but we have a new person here. Your name?
Stuart Dunn.
Stuart Dunn.
You want to ask me what I do, right?
Go right ahead. Tell me. Yes, that was my next question.
I'm the Regional Occupant Safety Coordinator for Clinton, Franklin, Essex, and St. Lawrence counties.
Could you say that again? I mean,
the Regional Occupant Restraint
Wait a
Coordinator,
minute.
Seatbelt Safety, for Clinton, Franklin, Essex, and St. Lawrence counties.
do you have anybody helping you with this?
Jennifer and Lisa.
Okay. Now, do you actually go out and talk, or do you
Yes.
you have people in the other counties
Well,
that you go to see? I mean, you're talking an awful lot of places. What effect could you have on that many people without? How do you get your information out, or how do you?
best way to get it out is meeting people face to face, going to schools and lecturing, police departments, community
So
organizations.
you do this?
Yes.
Okay. Now, you're depending on those students to go home and tell their parents,
Yes.
right? And I guess the younger they are, the more they'll tell their parents that they saw that and that they want to do it. Well, just before you got on camera, Calvin knew you were in the restraint program, and he was mentioning how he sees a lot of young children standing up in the front seat, and obviously they don't have a seatbelt on. And there's a law.
Yes,
They
there
got to
is.
be not only a seatbelt, they got to be into a
Child restraint.
child restraint chair, right? And do you have any way that you can improve on a thing like that? Do you talk to the state police?
Yes, we do, and education and public service announcements, brochures, information, hopefully to get it out so that those children will be safe.
I think we were also mentioning, I think Calvin came up with the right word. Calvin has 4 children, and he loves his children as much as I do. And he said, if you don't want to put your seatbelt on and you're an adult, that's your life.
That's right.
But when it's your child and you don't make him do it,
Or someone else's
or
child.
somebody else's child, right? Exactly. You would. But there's nothing you can really do legally yourself about it except bring it up and.
Bring it to the attention of the local police and the state police, and hopefully, rectify the problem.
And where were you from? You from Plattsburgh originally?
I'm from Plattsburgh, graduated Plattsburgh High School, Harvard on the Hill, as Kathy said, Clinton Community College, and then got my degree in history at Plattsburgh State.
You know, we're kidding about Harvard on the Hill, but let me tell you something. I've been traveling around. I was in 6 states in the past 2 weeks, and I've seen some community college, and I haven't seen anything that's more beautiful.
Clinton, as far as I'm concerned, is an excellent
For a
community
location,
college.
and they got good teachers, and we're only kidding, of course, because
Yeah.
the local people say that Harvard on the Hill, but we're not being facetious. We're really serious that that's a nice school up there,
It's an
and
excellent school.
and they're going on to other schools and they're getting their degrees, and I think it's great.
And they have an excellent faculty and administration.
And if you haven't been in the Clinton community, up and down those halls, you should go. You're in for a surprise. I've taken a few classes there at night. I've been to meetings, and it's well arranged up there. It's a great location, all right? But and I'm not criticizing anybody that
No.
called it Harvard, but I
No.
just were saying we're not doing it in a facetious.
You can still get to Harvard from
You can
Clinton.
still get to Harvard from Clinton. Terrific. And maybe you'll be sorry you did.
That's true,
Because
too.
then you've got to be with the Kennedys and whatever, right?
Well, we won't.
Okay. So today, like take tomorrow morning. Today you're here with me, but tomorrow morning, you got any plans for tomorrow to leave the building and go anywhere? Do you have any plans
Not
tomorrow?
necessarily. It's still a learning process for me, and also.
Oh yeah, how long you been here?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Well, and you're still enthusiastic
Yeah,
about
still
it.
enthusiastic and surviving. And I'm working together on a brochure and a pamphlet, informational, to update information and to get it out to the public.
Then, how will you distribute that? How will you get that out to the public?
Well, hopefully I plan to go to insurance companies, so when they issue a new registration to a driver, to hand that out to them. Placing it in doctor's offices, you know, where the public is.
Do you have any kind of literature at all, not literature, anything you can put on TV where public service programs are? Right here in Hometown Cable, Channel 5, Channel 3. Do you have things on there now like that?
Well, the federal government does have a lot.
They do have it, and then have you got some out? Have you got some out? Good. All right. And is there anything else you want to tell me? You must have learned something in 2 weeks.
Mrs. Bob, your wife, your husband is behaving yourself.
Okay, we're still at the Youth Bureau. We talked to just about everybody that we are going to talk to up here. Oh yeah, we're going to go back and talk more about the board, and we're going to talk to some of the legislators who are coordinated between here and the county legislature itself. And well, thank you for being on TV with us, and we hope you will enjoy your work here. And
sure I will.
All the way from Mary, wasn't it, with 14 years? Mary. And down to yourself with only 2 weeks. And we've run the gauntlet here at the Clinton County Youth Bureau, which includes Stop DWI. I'm Bob Vane. You're watching What's Going On here. Hope you're enjoying the show. There's 3 segments tonight, and I know I'm enjoying myself here this morning and meeting some nice people. And Jen I think has the biggest smile and does it more than anybody, although she was very serious when we were talking to her. We'll be back and talk with Lisa. Tonight? Okay. We're on. We're back talking with Lisa Johnson. And Lisa, we appreciate you giving us the opportunity to come up here and meet all these nice people.
We appreciate the opportunity that you gave to us.
Well, and I hope that if you think, is there anything that we haven't talked about that you think the people out there should know, it's a good time to bring it up?
Well, I would just like to probably take a minute to express my thanks to my 2 advisory boards. My advisory boards are people that volunteer their time to come to monthly meetings, to come to special activities, to help coordinate and plan for the future. And if I could just go down the list
Please do it. That's probably the only recognition they get.
Right. They don't get a lot of recognition, and I'd like them to be recognized. First of all, my youth board. Andy Morelli from Champlain, Mr. Bill Chase from Lion Mountain, Carol Lund from Beekmantown, Terry Blake from Plattsburgh, Gary Frederick from Plattsburgh, Lee Yeager from Saranac, Bob Hart from Peru, Ted Kowalczyk from Plattsburgh, Rich Bissell from Plattsburgh, Tom Glasgow from Plattsburgh, Steve Bedard from Plattsburgh, Ray Carnahan from the Air Force Base, Bob Eichenberg from Plattsburgh, Sherm Hamill from Morrisonville, Todd Rowenbeck from Plattsburgh, Lois Skoski from Plattsburgh, and Clark Roscoe. He's our youth representative on our board. And a very special thanks to Mr. Dick Perry, our legislative liaison. And one other person, Wendy Bourgeois from Department of Social Services. And that is my youth board.
Now, how long would these people serve, and do they change often?
They change, but we've had some board members that have been on about 12 years, and we've had some board members that just started this year.
How do you get to be on the board, or do you go out looking for these people?
10 of the board members are appointed by each of the county legislators for their area. So 10 of them are appointed, and then the remaining of them are at-large members. And there are a few people that are called ex officio members, such as Wendy from Social Services. But when we have at-large memberships open, we go out and try to recruit people that we feel would have the commitment to the youth in Clinton County.
Okay, and you would know that. You would know,
yes.
Sure.
Yes.
So that you're saying that either Mr. Paquette or Mr. Zerla would have appointed Andy Morelli.
Exactly.
And he knows up there who's interested in the youth and the youth bureau and so forth.
And then they make that appointment, and then they serve for the term of that legislator. And sometimes they get reappointed, sometimes they don't.
And about a monthly meeting, you said that.
A monthly meeting or more. We have a couple other subcommittees that they need to meet with, myself and Jean and Kathy.
Okay. And you have a stop at DWI Advisory Board?
Yes, we have a Stop DWI Advisory Board, which I'd like to thank Greg Martin from Champlain, Ruth Ashline from Plattsburgh, Judge Patrick McGill from Plattsburgh, Paula Ross from Plattsburgh, Nancy Clancy from Saranac, Mike Barden from Peru, Jim Fleury from Plattsburgh, Judy Hines from Plattsburgh, Jack Fisher from Plattsburgh, Graham Francis from Plattsburgh, and Nora LaFleur from Keysville. And again, a special thanks to Mr. Donald Guerin. He is our legislative liaison, and he provides the contact between the board and the legislature.
Very important people. Very important people, and they're passing the word around to their neighbors and friends, right?
And we have a youth representative on the Staff DWI Advisory Board, Rose Nadeau.
What do you mean by youth representative? Someone still in school?
Someone that's under the age of 21. I think Rose is about 17.
Probably closer to the problem than these
Yes,
grown-ups,
exactly,
right?
and that's the purpose of having the youth on the board, so that they can let our board know what some of the issues are concerning our youth.
Right. Angela touched a little bit on volunteers. Now, she was done a volunteer. Anything you want to say out there to anybody as far as volunteering?
We do have a Young Volunteers in Action program. We don't actually have a coordinator, but between myself and Jean and Kathy Drolette, the rec director, we recruit volunteers to either work here in the office or to work in community agencies or special events.
How many hours would you expect them to do something, or what time would they
It
put in?
depends on their schedule. I mean, we may have a volunteer that may work 10 hours a week. We may have somebody that works 10 hours a month. Right now, we have a volunteer in the office. He's doing some community service work, and he's going to be putting in 135 hours with us.
If you're interested in finding out what this is all about, you don't have to stay. Come in, maybe you'll like it, right?
Right.
And
We'd love to have you.
nice people here and I'm sure that there's a lot of jobs out there in this world on helping other people.
Exactly.
And this is two of them here: the Youth of America, and it's the Youth Bureau. It says so right there, Clinton County Youth Bureau, and that's a big. And they said there's over 30,000 youth in the county. That's a lot of people. And then, of course, Stop DWI, we should all be very interested whether you drink or not, because you may meet some of those people on the road. And if you don't volunteer for that, maybe at least for the Youth Bureau. And don't forget, whenever you see Lisa Johnson or anybody you've seen this morning, tell them that you appreciate what they're doing. And when you're down here and you got a few minutes, maybe you could stop in and just say hello to the people in the office. They'd be glad to show you what they're doing. And if you want someone to come from the office to talk at schools or organizations, would you be willing to go up and talk?
We're more than willing to do that. We like to do those kinds of things. Agencies, schools, anybody that would like to hear what we have to say.
And they got something to say, all right? And that'll be about it for this portion of the program. We were talking and we got interrupted by Calvin again. And he was asking a couple of questions off camera there, and one was primarily when you're helping the youth, it's sports.
With the recreation director, the primary goal of the Youth Bureau is to coordinate services for the kids and also to identify where we need services. So we have quite a few committees that get together on a regular basis to identify those needs for services, identify those gaps, and then plan for the future to fill those gaps.
So you don't have anywhere in the county, say a youth canteens or a place where the youth could gather in different communities? Are you involved in that?
We've applied, the city of Plattsburgh applied for a grant through the New York State Division for Youth for a teen center, youth center, and we haven't heard yet. But no, I think that youth centers are the thing of the future, and I'd like to see more communities looking to fund those kinds of things. Kathy Drolette, our recreation director, is going to be working with all the municipalities in Clinton County after the fall soccer program to develop different kinds of programs for kids, maybe the kids that aren't so sports-minded, some more leisure type of activities to help those municipalities to think of new ideas for those kinds of things for the kids, to keep them out of trouble.
Are you involved at all with Big Brother, Big Sister?
We fund Big Brother.
You fund them. You know what you do?
Exactly.
You help to fund them.
Right. We help to fund them. Part of their funding comes from our office.
Okay. And the other thing is the money for the Stop DWI is derived solely from fines throughout the county. And you get what percentage of the fine?
I'd say we get all the money that's collected. The state holds back 2%, a surcharge, but all of the fines do come back here in Clinton County.
To prevent more fines from coming. So the more successful you are, the less money you're going to have to fund your program.
And I would say about $200,000 approximately comes in a year, and 80% of that from the state police, and the other 20% from Rouse's Point and the Plattsburgh City Police Department.
That means if someone is paying $200,000 in fines, there's a lot of people out there. There's a lot of people out there drinking and driving. And there's an awful lot, maybe well over half, that you never find. They don't stop them. And so there's a lot of it out there, and it's time that we cut it back, and you are helping to cut it back. Is there anything else you can think of that we want to cover that I did not think to ask you?
No, I think
We've
Jennifer
covered
did an
pretty well?
excellent job with Staff
Okay.
DWI and Kathy with the rec program. We're enjoying every day up here, and we enjoyed having you here today.
Thank you much, and it was enjoyable on our part, I know, on this Wednesday afternoon, the 12th of June. And following this right now is going to be something else. It's not what's going on here. That's not me. It's going to be Buffalo and Brandy. And that's a show that took place in a local high school, Calvin? Shazy Elementary. And it's going to be very interesting, and I hope you'll watch this. And Calvin has permission to run the show. And I don't know what it is, and but it's going to be, is it on drinking and,
It's a program sponsored by the Staff DWI that we brought the couple in, and they promote be happy with yourself, and you won't need drugs and alcohol to get through life. But it's geared towards the younger children.
Okay. We hope you'll enjoy that, and we want to thank you for tuning in again for what's going on here. And remember, we're on every Sunday night at 5 o'clock, usually 8, but starting next week, not this week, but next week, they'll be on at 9, straight through till September or October, at 9 o'clock instead of 8. And then again at 1 a.m. and again at 9 on Monday morning. It's the same show 4 times. And so if you want to see Lisa Johnson again, you're watching the 5 or 8 o'clock show. She'll be on again at 1 a.m. and again tomorrow morning at 9. And when you see her, tell her you enjoyed seeing her on TV. And I certainly have. And thanks again, Lisa.
Thank you very much.
Right.